I thought you were leading.
Why aren't you gonna lead?
I don't know, I just thought you would. Anyway, welcome back to the Ender's Game tournament that we've got here, sponsored by Twitch and Ender's Game on Blu-ray. Okay, I fucked up. This is why we need cats! I told you! I'm not ready for this! I'm new!
Take two.
Take two.
Welcome back to the Ender's Game on Blu-ray disc tournament, sponsored by Lionsgate, put on by MLG and Game On.
See?
We're gonna hop into game 4? 3 or 4? Game 3. Of State versus Masa. Masa being up 2-0. Wow.
Wow.
I don't know why I'm looking at you. Sorry.
Right,
up 2-0. I mean, Masa already eliminated State once. Well, not eliminated, but knocked State out once 2-0.
Yeah, I was saying to Cats, like, State's having a lot of problems with Masa. He just can't. He's not getting away with anything. Masa's, like, got his number.
Yeah,
he's doing a lot of cute builds, too, isn't he?
Yeah, kind of. I'm a little bit disappointed that the first game's build worked on him because he'd already done it once before, but Masa's a pretty good player.
Yeah, he's really underrated, I feel.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets enough, like, maybe because he just hasn't been overseas and killed enough Koreans, but
I think he flies under the radar a lot too. Does he play in a lot of qualifiers and whatnot? Masa? I don't see him around too much. I think it's probably.
He hasn't played that much. He's never been to any tournaments.
Yeah, that's probably why.
yeah, and he's really talented. He could do well, I feel.
So spawning in at the top as the orangish Terran, orangish yellowish Terran.
I would just say orange.
You'd say orange, okay.
Just orange.
The orange Terran, Masa, repping Team Root, and in the bottom right position, ex-Root member, currently teamless. We have State the Purple, or Periwinkle Protoss.
What?
Periwinkle. It's like a light purple, right?
I'm pretty sure you just made that up.
Rob from production. Okay, we'll call it pink.
Okay. But is Periwinkle still that weird color?
It's a real color.
I mean, it is a real color. I don't know what color it is.
Periwinkle color. There's a color in the blue. There was a description there. There was a description there before you went to Google Images.
Periwinkle is a color in the blue and purple family. Its name is derived from the lesser. Oh, so I guess not really. Lavender blue. So it would be like a softer bluish purple, not like a pink.
Yeah, not like the brightish pink that we have here.
Sure.
But you didn't make it up, so I apologize. I apologize for doubting your intellect.
That's alright. Anyway, Reaper coming out. Pretty normal stuff. Pretty normal TVP stuff, I think.
Yeah. One gas. Well, State's only going one gas. He's usually been going two. One gas is just better for quicker expansions. You can still get the Zealot, the Stalker, and eventually the Mothership Core.
Here's a question. I don't know if Cats asked you this, but me and Cats were wondering this. Why is it that Terrans scout with an SCV when they're always going to scout with the Reaper anyway?
Because if the Protoss has proxy gated you, or if he's going for a 10 gate, the Reaper will not see it in time before you've thrown down your expansion, and you've just lost the game.
So the only reason you scout with the SCV, literally the only reason, is to check for proxy 10 gate? Or like
proxies or 10 gates, yeah. Anything else, like, well, if you can also sometimes scout them with just one pylon in their base, and with a bit of chrono energy in the two gases, which means that they can be proxying you.
Stargate or something.
And in that case, it's better to send the Reaper searching for it to confirm that it's proxy Stargate.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, State's not moving his probes back. That was really sloppy. He lost two probes
just two
for no
probes
reason.
for pretty much no reason, and for free too.
It's because he didn't have his Mothership Core or his Stalker out in time, but he also just didn't pull the wounded ones back, which he's supposed to.
He could have maybe only lost one there, or maybe none.
Maybe none. And Masa's expanding on the high ground. That's really weird.
Pretty weird, considering that usually the Reaper control means the Protoss isn't about to cross.
Oh, he made two Reapers. I didn't even notice that. That's even weirder. This is a weird game.
Why not put the, it seems like the command center should go on the low ground, especially with two Reapers.
Yeah, it definitely should be. I don't understand.
Maybe he's planning on doing so much damage with these Reapers that he's going to force him to all in, so he'd rather have the CC up on the high ground, maybe.
I have no idea. That doesn't sound right.
Maybe not. But two Reapers in the base, probably going to get that probe, and they do.
This is unusual.
Another probe going down.
This sucks so much for State. Like, he doesn't have a Stalker.
Yeah.
The Stalker should be pushing these back. Instead, he's just taking stupid amounts of damage.
I wonder why no Stalker, why he skipped it.
I have no idea. I mean, he had a little less gas because of his opener, but
second Stalker coming out now from this gateway.
Yeah, like two Reapers is quite unusual. It's almost always just one. But even then, like, you still want a Stalker. Like, the less that a Terran can see of your base with this Reaper, the more uncomfortable he's gonna feel.
Oh,
And you don't want him feeling happy.
Sure. That Zealot does get picked off. Reactor in a tech lab going up for Masa here.
Yeah, this is quite unusual. Again, from Masa. Not just the two Reapers, not just the high ground command center. He's gone 3 racks, and else that's not unusual in itself. He's added the second reactor, so he could be going for like combat shields or stim, and he might be preparing a timing, which is not common in TVP. Not too common.
Yep, but I've seen, or at least screencasts have seen some of these games, it seems like there are a lot of awkward Terran timings that can just catch a Protoss completely by, like, completely off guard. Like, I'm not ready for you to walk 20 units into my base, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And after the photon overcharge goes down, the Protoss is pretty much defenseless, so...
It's not, well, like, sometimes it just beats the photon overcharge. Like, it'll go up, Protoss still only has, like, 3 Stalkers.
Sure.
And the Terran has enough hit points in his army, he can just walk up to the probes and start wasting them all.
Yeah.
And that can
Or
work.
if you climb the ramp, you can avoid the photon overcharge completely and just...
Yeah, or if you walk up the ramp because he doesn't have a Stalker, indeed. Okay, but it's still making his factory like a normal-ish timing, so this is just a weird build that I don't understand
and
from
getting
Masa.
the +1 as well from the engineering bay.
Okay, this is so strange. He hasn't taken his 3rd gas. He probably will start that once the star point begins. Yeah, I've not seen this one before. This is so weird. Color me tickled periwinkle.
And there is an observer moving out on the map for State. I think he's already got one on the base. He does. So State sees everything that's going on.
Yeah, these stim timings, normally I dislike them because by the time stim's finished, most Protosses will have figured out that it's going to happen. And if Protoss have a good idea that you're doing something that's like kind of aggressive, it's pretty easy for them to change a few things and shut it down completely. But this is like a pretty standard build. Like, State hasn't I'm not sure if State's actually seen all the inside of Masa's main.
I think he did with that observer. He saw.
Okay, yeah, the first one. Okay, so he's not going to be surprised at all. Yeah, this is just baiting a photon.
Photon overcharge does go down. Colossus is probably going to be out before that photon overcharge wears off. So.
Yeah, he's not attacking pre-medevacs. He's not getting anything done. But he's going to have a ton of Marines with those 2 reactors. Like, already his bio count is looking pretty good.
Definitely. And the 2 medevacs are coming out. Did he make 2 before this or no? Nope, I think those are the first 2 medevacs.
Yeah, those are the first 2. Like, the factory was a little bit late. But it was, like, not hugely. Like, State would have been very safe against any Blink Stalker play, which maybe is what the premise of his build is, just to be really safe against that.
Masa would have been really safe against Blink Stalker play?
Yeah. Did I say State was going to be safe?
Yeah.
Well, State is safe. He's playing Protoss.
Yeah. And the photon overcharge does wear out. Masa looking forward to see if he can pick up any free units, but doesn't see anything he can get there.
Yeah, State has quite a few sentries. It would be very difficult just to walk into this.
Wow, I'm surprised.
Yeah, that second overcharge was...
I don't think that was necessary.
That was not necessary.
He has a Colossus. The Colossus range is almost done. Thermal Lance is almost done. And he does have a lot of sentry, like you pointed out, too.
No, he's got a lot of sentry energy. He's only got 2, but like
yeah,
you could
throw
almost 8 force fields,
yeah.
which is plenty, especially against like a pretty clumped up group of non-medevac supported bio.
Definitely.
Might have to stim to escape here because he can't fight that. Okay, there's another wave of bio coming in.
Yep, and medevacs too. Maybe we'll see a little bit of drop play between the main and pressure at the natural. With that photon overcharge being wasted, I think it opens up a little bit of stuff for Masa to do, maybe.
Maybe. Hard to say.
Yeah.
But that is
lots
a
of Marines.
good amount of bio.
Yeah.
And he goes. He's just going to attack.
Oh, I think he should have pulled back after the sentries wasted the force fields.
Yeah, this is... That... Like, he has 2 Colossus.
Yeah.
And everything else. Like,
a lot of Marines. Not very many Marauders compared to Marines here, so...
It's not just the fact that he's got tons of Marines. Like, a pure bio army is going to struggle to beat a 2 Colossus Protoss force.
I don't know if I like that blink forward by State there, but Masa loses quite a bit, so I don't think it was the worst play.
And yeah, no, it was a pretty even trade. I think State... Like, the good thing now is that State's alleviated a lot of the pressure. He can just go take a 3rd now. And Masa has a 3rd. I saw him finish it. He hasn't floated it off yet,
Yep.
but
and there it is,
he will
sitting at
soon.
the start of the base. Viking production started for Masa.
Oh wow, State is not interested in taking a third. He's doing this Blinkstalker Colossus push that he did against Major on Habitation Station.
Yep.
And now that like State's lost a bunch of units, sorry, Masa's lost a bunch of units.
State might be able to make
Yeah,
something happen here.
he's probably got enough momentum just to crush him. Masa's adding bunkers, but again, like he did against Major, is he's built a warp prism. He's not waiting. He's not trying to. Oh, I know he's trying to proxy a pile. Never mind. The warp prism's too slow. That is not like Major.
Oh, he needs to get out. There he goes. Oh, I think he's flying in a wrong path there. Is he gonna be able to make it out?
No. Oh.
Oh, he barely makes it out. Probably shouldn't have flown through that overcharge. Lots of Vikings on the field. SCV's being pulled, getting stuck behind the Marines a little bit. But ultimately, they do make it to the Stalkers. The Vikings continue to fire on the Colossus, and he pulls back. The Stalkers going forward.
He's got another wave of bio though. Like
Yeah.
he's not done yet. And there's no sentries. There's no like. There's no. It's not that there's no sentry energy. There's just no sentries.
Yeah.
So these 3 bunkers he's set up. He could just mass auto repair them, sit behind them.
Well, there are Colossus with thermal lance, so I don't know if he can necessarily do that.
If he mass repaired them, I think with his Vikings he can just. I don't know. He might have been able to win that.
Maybe if he had more Vikings. I think
Yeah, maybe.
4 Vikings versus 3 Colossus is pretty
Maybe.
scary.
But as it is, he's just getting rolled.
Yeah. There is a drop in State's main, but I think it's pretty inconsequential to what.
Yeah, it's only 1 medevac's worth of bio, and you need more than that in this stage to try and like base race the Protoss.
Definitely. And State doing a good job taking out Masa in that game, bringing the series back 1 and 2. Well, I guess not bringing it back all the way, but winning a game.
Yeah, winning a game.
Winning a game for sure. Definitely winning a game there.
So yeah, what kind of happened to Masa, and this happens quite a lot, is so the normal Terran thing is get medevacs, pressure Protoss, take a third, make it hard for him to take a third. Problem is that sometimes the Protoss isn't interested in taking a third, and it's difficult to identify that. And what happened there is Masa didn't identify it. He tried to attack into State with not all of his units, and they got and like he couldn't escape. Once he'd committed to that fight, Blink was finished, he couldn't escape. So he lost way too many units, and it was too difficult for him to defend State's Colossus push after that.
Yep. Maybe a little error by Masa there, not noticing that there were only a couple Stalkers hitting that factory that he had there, and the rest of them were moving across the map. But, yep. I think State wants to take a 3-minute break. We'll be back in 3 minutes, and we'll hop into the next match of Masa versus State, the finals of the Enders Game on Bluray tournament, presented by GameOn.gg and MLG. Stay tuned.